Oh, yeah. Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning here today, sore as, oh my god, my lats. Whoa, oh my goodness, my lats, they can barely move. Oh my god. It's like, you know when you're working out, and then when you wake up the next morning and you can barely get out of bed, you're like, the first thing that comes to mind, good workout. That's the first that comes to mind. Good fucking workout. Okay, you guys, what's up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Hunter x Hunter 2011 episode 133 review. Of course, that link is going to be in the description box down below on Crunchyroll.com. So, this week's episode, first of all, animation was pretty damn good. Well, was good. It wasn't like fantastic. It wasn't like phenomenal. It wasn't like AJ Styles. But no, it was overall good. When it comes to the pacing, they did spend at the end a lot of time, and this will surprise me. They spent like a lot of time and build up when it came to the whole Palm and Cargo dialogue, which pertains to the king dying real soon, and how even though they are technically chimeras, they're thinking along like human terms, because they are, well, Palm more so than Cargo are mainly human. And they show you that symbolic image of a giant, or of some kind of beetle being like taken apart by like all these ants, and then just a giant human foot steps on it. But the thing here is that they're going to hide Komugi in some kind of storage unit area, because the king can't actually sense Komugi that well, because she is quote unquote covered. And that was in the case of Palm's hair. And that's pretty much the pacing that is really iffy. Everything else was okay. And when it comes to the story progression, well, big news. Monte de Yuppie, royal guard that mostly comprised the magical beast, is dead. And it looks like the king is going to die as well. Prediction from Palm. And also, what I do want to say is that it is very important to realize that the king, Yuppie, and Pouf have been experiencing bleeding from the nose, and Pouf just straight up started coughing up blood, like what the? So the thing here, like on something like tuberculosis shit, I mean, there's just so many characters die of tuberculosis in anime. It's ridiculous. Like, oh, he was so powerful, he was so phenomenal, and then it's like, dude, oh, whoa, seriously, like some of the most powerful dudes on the planet, and they wind up being taken out by what? Disease, sickness, viruses. But either way, the thing here is that obviously ties into what happened between Chairman Netero and Meruem, because the Red Rose explosion, or the Miniature Rose explosion, that had something else in it. Again, it is a part of human ingenuity, and it looks like it's affecting all those three since they were in the vicinity. And that's why they had like several different images of the Miniature Rose explosion. They had like, it was so much emphasis on that explosion, and you could see like the shadow of death, which was portrayed in the same fashion as Chairman Netero's like outline, looming over like Meruem, in like this weird like image of like those two, and then the rose that's being lit on fire, and at the same time you had Palm, Hero Wind and shit. Like so like basically it was portrayed. So overall, based on those three alone, episode's pretty damn good. Overall good. However, again, the pacing of that one last scene, I think was a little bit dragged out, to say the least. It was fairly long, the pacing at the end, and I wanted them to kind of speed it up, because they could have covered a lot more stuff if they did not. Oh shit, that reminds me, Wilfin. Okay, you know what? Yeah, good plus. Let me raise that, because I just forgot about Wilfin. And Wilfin is, not only does he's the one who took out Yuppie. So that's very surprising. the one who was like the most pessimistic, like the skeptic of the world, when this whole thing kicks off this fight. And now look at him. All of a sudden, he's considering the Chimera, even though he is a Chimera ant, he considers the quote-unquote Chimera ants to be his enemy. He questions Youpi about, does he remember what happened in his past life? Youpi says, don't know, I don't give a fuck. I'm the Royal Guard. Then he says Youpi don't know for the third time. Youpi starts to get pissed, turns around, all of a sudden, Wilfin's already in attack mode, like fucking, I'm gonna question you, you got 5 seconds. And then when you see Youpi, his teeth start getting razor sharp, and then the blood. So, it looks like something occurred between those two, where the end result is Wilfin like going on his merry way, and Youpi being killed. And at the same time, you can see Pouf, and before he died, Youpi, waiting for Pito. They really need Pito at this point in time. They really need her ass. And it's unfortunate because they don't realize that Gon Freaks straight up obliterated her. So they need her, but no, it's not happening. It's already over. So in this sense, it's a very, very, very dire situation when it pertains to the Chimera ants, and when it mainly pertains to Pouf. Because Pouf right now, his back is beyond against the wall. He's in the wall. Alright? Like on some Attack on Titan shit. Like Titan's in the wall. Like he's in the wall. And the problem here is that when he comes back to inform Meruem of these quote-unquote enemies that are looking around, that have the power to kill you. I mean, even though Youpi gave like most of his body to the king, still Royal Guard and still was killed. And when he turns around and explains how, because that's very surprising, all right? Even though Meruem had just conceded in playing this contest, this match, and how he was saved by Youpi and Pouf, how they'd given their essence to him so he could survive, and also how you had him confirm that their link is strong. Not only did Meruem not notice, or at least we don't know, maybe he didn't know, but he didn't clarify, he didn't mention it. So at this point in time, not only did Meruem not know that Youpi had died, but when Pouf tells him, seemingly didn't give a fuck. Seemingly did not give a fuck. He's like, so the contest is over. So if there are dudes running around that are powerful, then the match is over. And tell me what the fuck is happening. And then, not only is that surprising, but also when he turns around and he stands up, behind him on the ground, he's etched out the Gungi board. And of course, right there, Pouf, mind fuck. And so when you see the king walking at the end of the episode, and you see Pouf, he's just hovering. He's just hovering. His mind is in complete shambles. Well, not shambles, but he's very, very, very concerned for everything right now. And right now he's in this state of, I wouldn't say complete despair, but he's almost at that point where he's just wishing that Pito comes. But he doesn't realize that if she does come, she's gonna tell the king about Komugi, which fucks up his plan anyway. But he doesn't realize that because he's already seen the Gungi board being drawn on the ground. And then to top it all off, cough, cough, what the fuck? Nani? Nani? So, again, levels of pressure being bestowed upon Pouf. And what is even more messed up is at the end of it all, you have Palm hatch out this plan where even after the negotiations are done, and Meruem is gonna go and get Komugi. After they go have like their negotiations, like they do everything. If Meruem gets to that point, because he may be killed. Well, no, he may die beforehand, but again, we don't know how long this takes to activate or to affect someone. Again, Youpi probably died because there was a conflict between him and Wolfen had more power because Yuppie was already sick and he had lost most of his body. So, or sick, infected, whatever you want to call it. Alright? But the point here is that according to Palm, not only is he going to die, but we have to extend the time as long as possible. And one of the ways to do that is to hide Komugi's presence by hiding her in the storage container unit. So it's massively fucked up in a lot of ways. And even though you've seen Pouf manipulate people by using his quote-unquote magic, you can't help but have some type of sympathy for Pouf. Honestly, I do. I kind of sympathize with Pouf because he's worked so hard, and here he is just trying to help the one he was born to serve. And here it is, all crashing down. The image of the indomitable king who didn't need a name. The king, if you went into the dictionary at that point in time, king meant this dude. And to see this image, this godlike image, over the course of a few days, just being, not even a few days, I'm sorry, a few hours to be quite honest. Because the moment they hopped out of the damn portal to fight against the Royal Guard, that's when it all starts to just collapse. In a few hours, just everything collapsed. Like, fuck, what the hell's happening? What's going on? We came here to dominate. We came here to rule. And everything just gone. Everything just collapsing. Done. So, I do sympathize with Pouf, especially considering the fact that he was born for this purpose, and it looks like he has failed. So, and again, this is assuming that what Palm said is going to happen 100%, that the king is going to die soon. So we'll see how it rolls out. And again, human ingenuity, do not underestimate it. So even if Meruem did take over and he had this army of 5,000 powerful chimeras and they're running around, no. There's still no guarantee because human ingenuity may have paid off at the end of the day. So that being said, at least for his world domination, yeah, there's no guarantee of that. So that being said, I'm done. And considering the latest chapters of Hunter x Hunter, the world! And by the way, if you guys don't read the manga, you should. It's actually very good right now. It's very, 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 very good. Yeah, loving it right now. Alright, so I'm done. And it should be coming out tomorrow via Scanlation. Illegal. I will see you guys later. The rating overall, good plus. Rate the video, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice day. That was a really bad salute. Yeah, there we go.